Yo, what up, guys? So, still gotta farm mats for duriel, and therefore more helltides and whispers. I mean, it is what it is. Because I need a farm to do 200 more duriel runs. And I was thinking for a second that maybe I should do enough farming for 200 duriel runs solo. But no, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, this is just taking way too long. Because I just have to like do events like these. Yo, weekend adjets, welcome to the stream. Weekend asks, is Zir better than duriel for uber unique drops? So I did do 100 tormented duriels, and I also did 100 tormented Zirs. And in my sample, technically, I got better drops from Duriel because he gave me 2 Uber Uniques, one of which I'm using right now, a 2-star Ring of Starless Skies. And Tormented Zero only gave 1 Greater Affix Unique, which was the 1-star Terios Might. So if I had to choose between Zir and Duriel, it kind of depends. So the Stygian stones are kind of a pain in the ass for everybody, so they cancel each other out. So it really comes down to a question of whether or not farming the shards and eggs is more of a pain in the ass than farming exquisite bloods. And I saved all of my materials, my exquisite bloods, for all of season 4 in order to get enough exquisite bloods to do 100 tormented Zir runs. So I actually think that farming shards and eggs is like it's I think it's probably easier, or rather it is a lot more straightforward to do that than it is to farm exquisite bloods, because with exquisite bloods the only way to farm them is to chill in the helltide the whole time and then have people like spend their little baneful hearts. So I'm leaning towards duriel, but I have to think about that a lot more. It's not just a better of, oh, duriel gave me 7 uber unique drops and Lord Zir only gave me 6, so therefore duriel is better. It all comes down to like cost benefit analysis, I guess you could say, right? And yeah, farming for the shards and eggs, does it actually take longer than farming 27 exquisite bloods for one run? I don't know, man. Like I can tell you from everything that I've experienced personally, it's my preference to probably do duriel just because the gameplay is a lot smoother and like I'm just not doing Blood Maiden all day. Yeah, because like farming 27 Blood Maidens when Blood Maiden drops 1 exquisite blood per kill, and it takes legit like 2-3 minutes to do that. Like, it seems like you actually farm the shards better, but yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I have to think about it more, because as far as the drops themselves go, they seem pretty equal to me. I don't know if farming Lord Zir is the actual best way to get all the uber uniques, because duriel, like, I mean, yeah, he is kind of the guy to do for uber uniques. So Lord Zir feels better because it's like it's kind of like a secret hack way, like if you know this one trick then you can get all the uber uniques you want, but I don't actually know if it's better. I mean, a lot of people were saying that because like there was a couple of rotations that I did where people were like, did they fix him? Did they fix Lord Zir? Because there's no uber uniques at all, and it would be like a span of like 25 runs. And some people were saying, yeah, like I would get an uber unique every rotation, but I can't. I mean, my experience is that it's just sort of the luck of the draw, right? In my video, I got like a uber unique back to back, but that seemed like luck rather than the regular thing. And so I don't know if people are like saying, oh, Tormented Lord Zir is definitely the way to do it, and they're just using their lucky anecdotal experience to make that determination. So yeah, I'm leaning towards duriel, but we'll have to see. Yeah, and like I think Tormented Zir is definitely at risk of being patched out, to say for certain. But yeah, like the biggest downside for me for Tormented Zir is farming them exquisite bloods. Unfortunately, I don't really know the going rate if you wanted to get the materials via trading in gold, because I see in the chat all the time that, oh, I want to buy a stack of bloods for 60 million G, right? And that's like a little bit under 2 runs. Like you're 4 bloods short of 2 runs. So yeah, I mean, that's just kind of a long-winded way of saying I think duriel is better. I don't think I have enough of a sample size to say for sure, but my experiences were very, very similar as far as the tormented bosses go. But yeah, I mean, like a lot of comments I got were saying, oh yeah, Tormented Zir is the way to go, so that's why I did it. I mean, I haven't done any Lord Zirs all season, but I didn't specifically farm for those exquisite bloods either, so that's, yeah, I think I would kill myself and pull all my hair out if I had to farm 625 or 675 exquisite bloods. Because, yeah, doing one at a time is like, what is going on? Okay, 1 minute until the helltide's out. Yeah, like, you see, I've been farming and I already have enough for like, what, 30 Varshans, which is about 16 duriel runs, or 15 duriel runs, versus the exquisite bloods, which is enough for 1 tormented Zir. So, yeah. Okay, so this one is going to be pretty slow. But that's okay. It's like, Jesus. Yeah, and I wasn't sure if I should have done it on my Necro or done Lord Zir on my Sorceress, because my Sorceress uses the Fractured Winterglass, and so I could have gotten a lot of Fractured Winterglass amulets. But, you know, I chose the Necro instead. So, yeah. Yo, Yu Chung! How you doing, good sir? Chung asks, are you playing on the PTR? No, this is not the PTR. The PTR is done, so no one has access to the PTR from my understanding. So this is Season 4 live servers. I'm doing more experiments. And so for my next experiment, I'm farming for duriel runs, so I can test out whether or not petting your little cat or your little dog before you do the run actually results in more drops. So yeah, no PTR for me right now. Not at all. Yeah, and for the duriel runs, I don't think I'm gonna be doing tormented duriels, just because it just takes forever to farm the Stygian stones. To farm 50 Stygian stones last time, I had to do 380 pit runs to farm the 50 Stygian stones. That's just way too much. Someone asks, what do you think about the upcoming Season 5? I think the wave Infernal Hordes mechanic can use some adjustments. I think from a foundational level that mechanic is pretty good. It's just the thing that's really off about it right now is the pacing of the rewards. You spend way too much time doing that for way too little reward. So I think once they adjust the rewards a little bit to be more in line with the amount of time that you spend, saying doing nightmare dungeons or helltides or whispers and doing the duriels, it can be pretty good. I think they have a real opportunity with the greater affix cache for that to be like a really good endgame activity. But right now, like, everyone kind of hates it just because the pace of rewards is like super off. I think that's the main problem. The balance changes, it feels like they have a lot of things that they're going to be introducing in Vessel of Hatred for Season 6. So the Barbarians remaining overpowered for Season 5, and the nerfs to the Sorceress. It seems like it's only like part of the story, so it doesn't make a lot of sense now. And it's kind of like a repeat of what happened with the nerfs in Season 1, where like they just nerfed everything, and in their mind they thought that it was okay just because there was a lot of stuff coming down the pipe which would like even stuff out, but they can't communicate any of that just because it's like future changes, you know what I mean? So yeah, like they're trying to then that's how like the balance changes feel for that. The one cool thing that they're doing though is all of the legendary powers and the unique items that they're introducing. More items is always good. I love that, but that kind of makes me nervous about like, okay, like, are there going to be a crap ton of items in Vessel of Hatred? Because that's the thing that I'm looking forward to the most in Vessel of Hatred, is all of the items that I guess like no one's really talking about. Because like obviously when it comes to selling or marketing a game, you don't talk about those things because it's really hard to market, because it's not like really a feature, it's all expected. But when it comes to Diablo 2, right, everything that I remember and love about Diablo 2 came in the expansion, and they weren't really marketed features at all. It's like all of the items that I love about Diablo 2, like except for one, came in Lord of Destruction. So I'm talking about like the Shackle, rune words, ethereal items, the Oculus, like the Tau sets, Maras, like all of that was introduced in Lord of Destruction. So yeah, you can't really market the items when you're selling an expansion, but that's the kind of thing that I'm kind of looking forward to the most. Which in Season 5, right, like them introducing a whole bunch of items, I just hope it doesn't take away from them adding a whole bunch of new items for Vessel of Hatred, because that's really what I'm looking forward to, is like all new ways to play the game, and they're going to be doing that via the items, I think. But we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be enjoying Season 5 because I will be playing a class that I haven't tried the new system mechanics with, the new Season 4 system mechanics with. So I'll be checking that out, and I'll be enjoying that, and that'll be enough for me to farm for a whole new season. Plus it's gonna be a short Season 2. And we'll have lots to look forward to for Vessel of Hatred. Now that's kind of how I see Season 5. Season 5 is not going to be as good as as season 4, just because the changes aren't as sweeping. But we'll see what kind of adjustments that they have to incorporate the feedback that they got from the PTR. Yeah, and I might make a second character as well. Maybe a rogue or a druid. We'll just have to see. Oh, another helltide assassin. Yeah, so the next piece of news we're all waiting on is just gonna be in a few weeks, July 18th. They'll do the reveal live stream, and we'll see what it's all about. Jeez, what's going on here? Yeah, so when it comes to season 5, yeah, I'll definitely be playing, but just kind of temper the expectations a little bit. It's not going to be as good as season 4. And to be honest, it was somewhat predictable, just because like it's the season in between the Loot Reborn, which was a massive win, and Vessel of Hatred, and it's also like relatively short. It doesn't really make sense for Blizzard to put in so much effort for effectively a short season. Just trying to get as much evergreen content as they can in, and they give us Infernal Hordes. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it gives me some content to make, I guess. I'll be testing out 100 Infernal Hordes and see how that goes, I guess. Okay. I'm not exactly sure how my gameplay experience aligns with the average Diablo 4 player, because there's a lot of new Diablo 4 players where Diablo 4 is their first game, right? I come from Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, and Diablo 2, right, like you legit like just farm and farm and farm. And if you see all of my old videos, right, they're kind of reminiscent, or they're very much related to my new videos, which is 100 tormented Lord's ears, and I record all the information from those and make a video, and then 100 tormented duriels, record all the information and run those. Wow, where are all the mobs? Right? And yeah, like there's actually I do get a few comments. I read a few comments saying, oh my god, like this is why this game is horrible, because they need a guarantee an uber unique every 5 runs or something. And I'm like, no, you don't. You want a different game than what I want, is I guess the bottom line. And those people, they're weak.
I need time.
Chung says, D2 was an endless grind. Yes, right? Yeah, like you in Diablo 2, you grinded just to grind, alright? You didn't grind to defeat an endgame boss or anything like that. You grinded to grind faster. That's legit what it was. Yo, Gustavo! Welcome to the stream. Gustavo says, I mean, you can always play another ARPG. Yeah, that is true. If Diablo 4 changes too much to the point where I feel like it's not a game that I want to play anymore, then yeah, I'll change. Will I go back to Diablo 2? Maybe. Will I try PoE for the first time? Maybe. It all really just like depends on what's out there. That's why competition is a good thing, you know? Yeah, but like I said, the co-op content is something that I'm really trying to keep an open mind for, but I'm having a really hard time even accepting the idea of forced co-op gameplay. But I think where I draw the line with that is like lockouts. So if they lock you out and have like, oh, this is a daily dungeon, or and these are weekly raid bosses, and like I'll be like, okay, this is changing a lot. And then depending on how, like, if they depending on how they implement that, and I guess part of it's gonna have to be the audience reaction too. If the audience reacts really positively to that, and then they like double down on something like that, then I might change it. It kind of depends. But yeah, I think that's way too much MMO for me. John says, I agree with you. Haha, yes. Rock Lee, welcome to the stream. Tears rolled down my face when I got my first jaw rune. Lol. Bro, my jaw rune experience, my first jaw rune experience was actually when D2R came out. And it was a little bit disappointing for me because I actually didn't see it drop. Because I was doing Mephisto, and I was killing the council members, but I was Hydra, so I was killing them off screen. And then when they died, I sort of walked up to check out the loot, and the jaw rune was there. I didn't actually see anything drop. I was like, oh, I got a jaw rune. But it was a little bit dampened because I how do you say, didn't see it actually drop. I just rolled up after they all died and I got it. Like, I couldn't even believe my eyes. I was like, what is that, a jaw rune? But yeah, I think I have the footage for that, actually. I'll have to look it up. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, Diablo 4 has super rare drops as well, right? I still have not. I've yet to find a 4-star unique item in this game. So that, I mean, I know they exist, but yeah, we're probably not going to find that for years and years. Chung says, maybe the day you find the Ford Greater Affix Shackle, you'll quit the game as a forever champion. I don't know, like someone was suggesting that could be Diablo 4's equivalent to a Holy Grail, is to find all the uniques with 4 stars. And once you find that, then that's like when you complete the Holy Grail. So that'll be that is quite an achievement, I would say, 100%. Yeah, because I mean, like, I haven't completed a Diablo 2 Holy Grail, but I actually wouldn't even know which one is harder. Because Diablo 4 has target farming, Diablo 2 really doesn't. So, like you're just doing a lot of farming. Yo, Green Link, how you doing, good sir? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so maybe finding a greater 4GA unique item for every unique will probably be like a video 5 years from now if I'm still playing Diablo 4. But we'll see. Also, Green Link, have you streamed since the last time we talked? Have you found your game that you wanted to stream? He says, I have. Yes? Oh, what is it? And he says, just played a little more SF6. Aw, snap. Am I done with that? Okay. Wow. I think I ran into Kickstarth like 3 times this hell died. Okay. Link says, I've been looking at a few indie games that piqued my attention. Haha, yeah. Just may become the indie game streamer. Oh no, that's cool. I mean, I'm sure that the indie developers will really appreciate you showcasing their stuff. Because I know that for just in video game development in general, just like I guess streaming itself, it's become super saturated, so it's pretty hard to market your game. Yeah. Yo, Tom, welcome to the stream. What's the highest pit you cleared with this character? I haven't pushed the pit with this character. So I think the highest that I've cleared is probably tier 90 or something like that. I don't remember. And it's not very high. I use this guy for speed farming, not necessarily pit pushing. Yeah, even though Sorceress is the class that has the highest pit clear potential, I think. With the immortal permanent flame shield sorceress. Tom says 90 still good. Well, on my necro, right? I have on farm like 80. I regularly farm 89 on my necro, though it's not a speed version because minion necro, just because of the way it works, it's just you do a pit 60, it's gonna take you 4 minutes. You do a pit 90, it's gonna take you still 4 minutes. Like, it's not good at speed farming at all, because minions, they just do whatever they want. It says, I done 121 with my cold imbue barrage rogue. Yo, that's really, really good. Okay. So here we go. What? Oh, I just... Okay.
I need time.
All right. Alright, so this is the whispers right here. Rolls asks, are you using Raymond of the Infinite? No. I don't need Raymond on this guy, especially when I'm just speed farming. So no Raymond for me. Actually, oh, wait, I can do a... I think I have that. No! I don't. Trash! I must have salvaged the sigil to make room for all the other consumables. Alright, I need to find the bloodstones. Where are these little bloodstones? Oh, here's one. Nope. I don't want to do last stand. I'm just here to find a blood pedestal.
I need time to prepare.
Where is it? Okay, I found the other bloodstone. I feel like this is the wrong way for whatever reason. Oh no, it's not. Okay.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, so this is why I use this character to farm helltides and whispers, because of the teleport. All right, done with that.
It is done.
All right, let's see here.
Precious stones to catch the light. Come and sit.
Oh, actually, I'll just clear that out really quick. All right, into the cellar we go. All right, let's hope this is not an event. Oh, very nice. All right. 28 minutes. Okay, I guess I'm doing the 28 minutes ones. But first, we need to check to see if there's an abomination. Oh, there it is.
I need time to do that.
Ah, yes. All right. I'm gonna, after I turn this whisper, I'm gonna pick up the little seeds, and hopefully I'll be able to complete a ritual without some PvPer coming and killing me. Because this guy is not built for PvP. Alright, here we go. Oh no. No. Why? Okay, well, I guess that's that. All right. Oh, here we go.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
A grotesque debtor. Extra parts. All right. Very nice. Oh, that was easy. Tom says, would be nice if your pet can pick up those orange balls for the whisper quests. Oh, I mean, sure. But, the pet already picking up the cinders for helltide, that's already pretty nice. Yeah. But not game breaking, you know, if it doesn't pick up the little harvest motes. Yo! Namaste. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, good sir? Or should I say, welcome back to the stream.
I need time to prepare.
Alright. So that's 3 plus 4. That's equal to 7 motes, and then I'll do the dungeon, and that'll bring me to 12. Music says, well, I'm doing good. Nice to see you grinding, by the way. Nice video. Oh, thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. I need to slay skeletons. Okay, can I teleport down here? I can't teleport down there. Wow. I can teleport down here. Yeah, I was making that Torment Zir video. Yeah, making the Torment Zir video and actually doing the Tormented Duriel video is pretty hard because, like, I don't know if you could tell, but when when Zir dies and he drops a lot of loot, I actually take a lot of time to like pick up all the gear and sort through it. And so that makes editing a lot harder for me. And it's not great. So yeah, like I have to like pick and choose. Like after every kill I have to like pick and choose which items I want to pick up and avoid the yellow ones and all of that. Yeah, so like yeah, editing that or having to do that makes editing a little bit, takes a little bit more effort to do that. But yeah, I think it is what it is. Says, yeah, it takes time to sort everything. Yeah. Yeah, so like even with all of the organization that I do, yeah, it still takes me, and I've talked about this before, but like yeah, it takes me about an hour to organize, script, edit, do voiceover. And yeah, it takes me like an hour per minute of video that there is. And I think I have not really made too many sort of optimizations for a while now. I think my stuff is pretty well optimized, but yeah, it still takes me a long time to do it. And it really sucks too, because I can't listen to like a podcast or anything while editing, because I have to listen to all the stuff that I'm like, I have to listen to my own video in order to make sure that I'm editing it and putting the parts together the way I want to. So yeah, if I could like, if I can listen to a podcast or something else while editing, like I wouldn't mind it at all. But like editing just takes 100% focus, which absolutely sucks a lot. Yeah, like when I work on my regular job, my work from home job, I can do all of that stuff while listening to something else. A lot of the time, yeah. And so that makes it a bit more bearable.
I'm not ready yet.
Alright, here we go. Yeah, and actually, farming all the Stygian stones, like I didn't realize it took so long to do that. And when I was like uploading the video, I noticed, I'm like, oh yeah, last video uploaded 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, Jesus, really took me that long to put this together? That's a lot of time just to farm and not have a video out. But I mean, it is what it is. I guess I just put out videos whenever they're ready, rather than trying to adhere to a strict schedule. So I mean, it might take another week or two for this video to come out, because I need to farm enough materials for 200 duriel runs. No 6 says, I did a lot of testing on pit drop rates. And such BS, it's totally random. Well, I mean, that's just the nature of farming, right? But it's not unknown what the drop rate is. Blizzard actually gave the rates. So I had some data from prior to the patch, and they said that they increased the drop rates. And from my testing, provided that the sample size of 100 is representative of the whole thing, they kind of what is it, they increased it by like 50 to 75% because I got 9 Stygian stones prior to the patch, and that's at tier 75, and then I did another 100 afterwards, and it aligned with their percentage. I got their percentage was like around 15%, and I got 15 Stygian stones in 100 runs. That's pretty dang close. Yeah, so it went up from like the 9% that I got from my 100 runs to the 15%. So yeah, that's like a 45% increase. But yeah, to test to see like what the drop rate actually is, that's not why I did my Stygian Stone video, because I mean, unless you want to test to see if Blizzard's lying, and when they tell us that at tier 100 it's 18%, and to actually see if you're gonna get 18%, I mean, I guess, and I mean, I guess that's kind of like all of my D2 videos, you know. We kind of know the drop rates of everything, but you know, you just do it just to try it out. Yeah, I can tell you, like, when I played Diablo 2, right? Like, I just did runs here and there, not really keeping track of anything. And when I saw the drops that I wanted, yeah, it was a great moment. But it's totally different when you're writing it down and you have all the information on paper. It's way different. Because, like, yeah, I've talked to a few people who, like, estimate how many runs they do and how much time they spent on it and stuff. But it's estimates are not as good as the real deal. It says, I did 100 runs of 101, didn't get a single Stygian stone. Went to 65, did 100 runs, I got 46 stones. Damn. That is pretty crazy. But 'tis the nature of drops. You know, they can be concentrated together. I don't know if you played Diablo 2, but I remember when I was doing chaos runs, I saw 3 burr runes drop back to back in the span of 5 runs. Like, that is crazy.
I need time.
So yeah, it could happen.
I'm not ready yet.
Alright, the slimy cavern. Complete. Oh, Ghost has deader. Yeah, so yeah, when I farmed the 50 Stygian stones, seeing like I almost spent a full day of grinding, like of playtime grinding, I'm like, geez, I need to be a lot more efficient. M6 says, yeah, it's just random, I think, because sometimes you get more in lower tiers than in higher, and sometimes it's opposite. Sure. I mean, in your little test, sure, but I can tell you that there's there's an objectively wrong way to approach it, right? I mean, yeah, even though you got more stones when you did tier 65, it's incorrect to say that tier 65 drops more Stygian stones. Yeah, like that's just straight up not true. So like to say, hey, like I can do tier 100 in 1 minute, and I can also do tier 65 in 1 minute. To say that doing tier 65 in 1 minute is a better option, yeah, like that's a straight up wrong choice. Because like I said, if you have, if you just straight up don't believe the numbers that Blizzard is telling us, then that's the only way that's not true. Yeah, but I mean, all of the stuff that I've seen, or at least I mean, I only have one Stygian Stone video, which is over 200 runs. I mean, it mapped out to what Blizzard was saying. Number 6 says, I know higher tiers have more chance to drop stones. Best to farm, I think, is 101. Well, it all depends on how fast your character can do it. So to say that one tier is best overall is, I don't think that's correct either. It is all about an efficiency game, right? So depending on the drop rate of, or yeah, depending on the drop rate of the stones and how fast you can clear the pit, you have to effectively do a calculation. Because I think in what is it, for tier 100 the drop rate is 18%, and for yeah, and I think that's at tier 100. And then for tier like 80, I think it's something like 15%. So if it like, it's a 3% difference. So if you're doing tier 100 like more than 3% slower than tier 75, then the tier 75 is better. Greenling says, I'm going to sleep. Have a great stream. Alright. I will catch you later, good sir. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Alright. Yeah, so yeah, so all depends on how fast you can do the pit versus the drop chance that you're getting.
It is done.
But again, it's purely focused on the Stygian stones. If you're looking for other things, then that might change the decision. But I was only, I mean, we were only talking in the context of the Stygian stones. So all right. Oh. Haha, yes! Someone already started. Numsuck says 101 for me. It's from 90 seconds to maybe 2 minutes. Yeah, so like you're doing things 33% slower than going from 90 seconds to 2 minutes, right? So in order to make that worth it, the 2 minute run needs to be like drop 33% more stones. And I don't think that's the case. But again, right, like it's all calculation. And just the run times themselves aren't necessarily enough to make a proper determination either. So yeah, because like you have the runs in between, you know, to empty out your stash and do all of that stuff, and that can definitely play a role as well. Because obviously, if you do more runs, you're gonna have to empty out your cache a lot more. So that like does technically slow you down, but again, right, like you might actually get some really good items from that too.
I need more time. I'm not ready yet.
Oh. Oh, this is just a big circle. I'm like a little confused on where I'm supposed to be going.
I need time to prepare.
Damn. I should have stayed on that path instead of going the other way.
I need time to prepare. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Oh. I was like, how do I get past that barrier? What? He just dropped the barrier? No problem.
It is done.
Oh.
Different, this one.
Yo, JC, welcome to the stream. Is it an Uber? No. LOL? Yeah, that's right. That is the average player experience. Is it an Uber? No. Yeah, I'm still workshopping how to do that with the mythic items that they're changing so that it turns up as a yellow, as a purple beam. But I guess I may not figure it out until I actually do the runs for season 5. Oh, here we go. And these spiders. Once I kill these spiders, the helltide starts. Okay, that wasn't enough spiders.
I need more time.
No host? Alright, there we go. Actually, let's just turn in these little motes.
I need time to prepare that.
Yo, Tactical New Testament. Welcome to the stream. Testament says, melted heart dropped from a whisper chest for me today. I had to do a double take. Yo. Congratulations. Testament says, helltide, I lied, my bad. Oh no, it's all good. I mean, that's still just as impressive. Whether it's a whisper or a helltide. Like, bro. What is happening? Testament says, love your videos, man. Didn't know you streamed. Oh yeah, I stream a couple days a week. For a few hours. So I'm glad that you're here. Yeah. Yeah, so everything I do on stream, it does contribute to a video. At least when I'm playing Diablo. There have been other games that I streamed, like I essentially took a break. Like I have some World of Warcraft streaming content, and also I have Lost Ark streams and content. But right now, it's all about Diablo 4 and the grind. Oh. I need to put on the mind cage. I was like, why is this so slow right now?
I need time to prepare that. I need time to prepare that.
Maybe I'll find an Uber doing this helltide. Oh, that'd be something, wouldn't it?
I'm not ready yet. I need time to prepare.
Oh, why does this feel so slow? Testament says, always knew it was possible, but never thought I'd see one. Just a matter of time, I guess. Yes, sir. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen that. And I would like to see that. Yeah, I mean...
I need time to do that.
Alright.
I'm not ready yet.
Do the Blood Maidens give a lot of shards? I feel like it does, because when I was farming for the Exquisite Bloods, I always had like 1,000 or so cinders that I like couldn't even spend because the chests would literally run out. Like I literally did not have enough chests. Alright, let's go here. Oh.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. Yeah, you know, Testament, I'm actually a little jealous that you were able to find an Uber outside of Duriel. You know, that's so crazy.
It is done.
Oh. Very nice. It says, if it makes you feel better, I got a handful of zero runs to do. You can feel free to join. Oh, no, it's all good. Thanks for the invite, though. I actually don't have any zero mats. And I'm focusing on a new experiment right now that requires me to farm for these other materials. So, yeah. So yeah, I actually have data comparing drops from Duriel and comparing drops from Lord Zir. And to be honest, I'm leaning towards preferring Duriel runs over Lord Zir. Which is pretty wild. Yeah, because I feel like there's not really a great way to farm Exquisite Bloods aside from just chilling here and doing Blood Maiden all the time. But even when you kill Blood Maiden, it's just one drop per kill. And to do a tormented Zir, you have to spend 27 bloods. So yeah, like it seems like the time wasted, or sorry, the time spent farming all the exquisite bloods is not as worth. But again, this is all assuming that you're farming everything just by yourself. If you trade for it, then I guess it all comes down to the market price of shards and eggs versus exquisite bloods. Testament says, it's weird. Yeah, I mean, I still lean Zir. All my luck has been from him so far. Yeah, because I did 100 Tormented Zirs, and I found one Greater Affix Uber unique, or rather Mythic unique. And when I did 100 Tormented Duriels, I got 2 Greater Affix Uber uniques, or rather Mythic uniques. So it seems like Duriel is the way to go if you count my anecdotal experience. Yeah, there were some stretches of runs in my Torment Zero where like my rotation party was like, did they fix Lord Zir? I haven't seen any Uber uniques at all. When they would get it like every 4 runs or something. So, yeah.
I need time to prepare that.
Justin says, gotta love RNG. Ah, yes. No. Like, actually, maybe I should do Tormented Varshans and Tormented Gregors. Actually, yeah, I would have to find a rotation on that. I don't know how popular those are, because I'm definitely not spending time farming 200 Stygian stones just to do that. Yeah, I'll need to buy all of those materials if I wanted to do that, because yeah, it took me 380 pit runs to farm 50 Stygian stones. And goddamn.
I need time to
Alright, wow, I have 400 cinders. Customer says, just so you know, when I mentioned the Zir runs, that's my mats. I'm at the point where I have too much and don't really need anything, just hoping for GA Ubers. Oh, I see. I mean, how did you... I'm actually more interested in why you have so many materials that you feel like you need to give them away. Unless you bought all of your materials and via trade, then I understand. Testing says mostly just buy them. Oh, okay, yeah. And that is something that makes sense. Okay. Oh, I just need like one harbinger. I'll do that. I just don't want to spend too much time finding a harbinger. As it says, exactly. Selling good items for gold. Oh. Yeah. I don't really participate in the trade too much. So, yeah, I just basically just do the farming myself.
I need time to prepare. I need time to prepare.
And it says, a lot of work, but I respect it. Haha, yeah. I mean, is it actually worth it? I actually do not know. Did I do that? Okay, I think I did the whisper here. Okay. Namasek says, I can give you Shard of Agony. I have a lot left from my living steel farming. I really appreciate the offer for help, but I need to farm these myself. Yeah, and plus that would relegate me to doing whispers like the whole time. And I feel like I would need the variety. Cause yeah, like I was going a little bit crazy just doing Blood Maiden the whole time just for the Exquisite Bloods. You'll be welcome to the stream. He says hi. Have a nice stream. Thank you. Nostik says, I have 500 left. Yeah, that's a lot of shards. I mean, you can sell them easily, right? Tasman says, this is a man of principle right here. Yeah, I mean, if I was all about YouTube channel growth and pumping out videos, then yeah, I'll take the help. But honestly, I can't have that be too much of a main focus. Especially since like the videos themselves are really repetitive, so if I think if I put out too many videos of doing the same thing over and over, that'll be like not great.
I need time to prepare.
But yeah, I guess my stuff isn't really bingeable either. Let me see here. Do I have enough? Oh yeah, I do. Brie Guy says, doing all whispers would be brutal. Lol. Yeah. Yeah. That would be brutal. Tasman says, that's actually a smart way of looking at it. Quality over quantity, I suppose. Well, I mean, the quality would still be like the same, except I wouldn't be able to say stuff like, oh, I spent X amount of hours farming this, so I can do this. I actually don't even know if people care. Like, I mean, I know the truth of what that would mean, but yeah, I don't know if people would care, like, because really, I spent, like, for my last video, I literally spent 23 hours farming pits. So it could be like a 3-second line in the intro for the video. That's not a smart way of going about your time at all. It's not efficient at all. It's just, you know, I just on a personal level, I just really enjoy farming, doing the same thing over and over and over again, and recording the data. And that's why I do that. But from a YouTube perspective, like, yeah, it's like, okay, if I could just spend the gold and save myself 22 hours so that way I can put out another video, like, that actually makes more sense. Rita says, I don't think it's about caring, it's the horror factor of how much time was spent doing the farming. Yeah, I mean, there have been a couple of comments that I've read where they're like, this is not worth, or Blizzard needs to up the drop rates on these things, or whatever. And I just laugh. I'm just like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Oh wait, okay, hold on. I don't know how to do this effectively. Oh wait, okay, there it is. Easy. Yeah, last time I did the last time I was in there, I spent like literally 20 minutes until the whisper ran out, and I didn't get the chest. I'm like, why did I spend my time doing that? Yo, Brian Huff, welcome to the stream. My luck with Stygian stones has been horrible. In my last 75 101s, I got 2. That's just the nature of RNG. That is unfortunate. Also, unfortunately, I can't say that I feel your pain, because I think the longest drought that I have had not getting Stygian stones was probably like 15 runs, and that's it, I think. Oh, 1-star gloves. Oh, a flame weaver. Oh, too bad the devouring blaze is trash. And the actual role of the legend or the unique power is trash too. Oh. What a trash item.
I need time to prepare. I need time to
Number 6 says, I got my last Uber unique from regular and Duriel today. Ring of Starless Skies. Ah, look at Mr. Moneybags over here. Oh, I was a little confused. I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing? Ryan says, I got more Ubers from Duriel, but more greater affix Ubers from Zir. Oh, that's interesting. My experience was the opposite. I actually got technically more GA Ubers from Duriel than Lord Zir. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, and someone was asking me at the beginning of the stream which I preferred, Tormented Duriel or Tormented Zir, and like, I guess it kind of depends on whether or not you're buying your materials or not. But for me, the buying the materials, or sorry, farming for the materials, farming Exquisite Bloods is way worse than farming Torment Duriel mats. Oh yeah. Yo, Bennett, welcome to the stream. Bennett says, hi. Are you doing good, sir? Nemesis says, world boss 2 minutes? Don't forget. Oh, I will be forgetting. Unless like I just go there and just wait. I think I'm gonna do this guy first. Yeah. This will take like a minute and a half and then I can go do the world boss. Alright. And it says, good, trying to do Duriel, but I need help. Like, you should find a rotation. People can help with the Duriels there. Alright, I'm waiting here for 1 minute.
Greetings. Hello.
Yeah. So Bennett, how many materials do you have? Or how many duriel runs can you do? And it says only one. Oh.
I need time.
I'm sure if you just even if you type in the general chat, you can find help, I think. Alright, a grotesque debtor. Alright. Here we go.
It is done.
Fit for a king.
JC says, speaking of duriel, I was doing some tormented duties until I got a 3 GA unique ring. Thought it was a Star of the Skies, but it was a blue rose.
I can't
Bro, that would be a moment in one of my videos if I ever heard about one. On duriel run, whatever, we find a 3-star unique ring. Is it an Uber? No. Brian says, got a Stygian stone from the world boss, more than the pit. Damn! I didn't know that the world boss can drop Stygian stones, but I guess that sort of makes sense. It's a very, very periodic boss. And this is true. Didn't think about the chat. Kind of forgot about the chat. Yo, don't forget about the chat. Yeah, do not forget about the chat. Also says, damn, 3 greater affix ring from world boss. Well, that sounds like a good thing. Unless it didn't have the stats that you were looking for. Yo, Xerxes! Welcome to the stream! I got Andariel's Asajj from a chest in Helltides last season. Damn! Did you use up all your luck last season and that's why you don't have an Uber unique from Helltide this season? Because I have yet to find an Uber unique outside of duriel or any of like the ladder bosses. Legit. Ryan says, I get 1 out of 3 world bosses. Really? Hmm.
I need time to prepare.
Mosek says, yeah, stats are vulnerable damage, crit strike damage, and lucky hit to make enemies vulnerable. I don't know what build that'd be for. Or is that the secret? It's actually not for any build. Zuxi says, I was just farming. I got lucky, man. Still need a Uber this season. Damn. Yeah, you need to do them tormented duriels or tormented zeers. Namasek says Barb. Really? That ring would be good for Barb? I would not understand the lucky hits. Oh no, lucky hit to make enemies vulnerable. I think that's okay. Although it does overlap with the exploit glyph a little bit. So that I think is a little bit confusing. Unless that glyph doesn't get used, but. Yeah. All right.
I need more time.
Yo, Michael, welcome to the stream. Michael asks, hi. How do we know if we're ready to solo tormented bosses? I don't want to waste mats. So a good gauge on whether or not you're strong enough is to test yourself in the pit. If you can do pretty high level pits, so I'm talking like pit 100, 105, 110, if you can solo those, then you're strong enough to do tormented bosses. But it also kind of depends on which tormented bosses you're looking at, because there are some that are easier than others, which is why I sort of gave a range of pit levels. So yeah, if you could do 110, then you're strong enough to do tormented bosses 100%. Yeah, but what I would totally recommend doing is joining the Blizzard Diablo 4 Discord and finding a group to do a rotation, so that way instead of one tormented boss with your materials, you can do 4 of them with one set of materials, because everyone else pays too. But if you really want to do a solo for whatever reason, then like grouping up is out of the question by definition. So yeah, it's up to you though. But that's how I would gauge. Like if you could do pit 110, then yeah, you can solo pretty much any tormented boss. Yo, Michael! Welcome to the stream. Daddy, I missed you. Yo, hold on. There's 2 Michaels in the stream. I'm getting confused. Michael says, thanks. Happy streaming. Ah, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate. I'm the OG Michael. Yeah, the one without the substitute numbers. I appreciate that. But yeah, actually, in my last video, my Tormented Zir, I actually annoyed a lot of people with the way I pronounced one of the unique boots that dropped all the time. I kept saying Penittent Greaves, but there's actually only 2 T's instead of 3 T's. Like I said, is the one you recommended Supernatural to? Oh no, I remember. I remember. Oh yeah, apparently the way you're supposed to pronounce it is Penitent Greaves rather than Penitent Greaves. I still think Penitent Greaves sounds better, but I understand. I can ask, what did you do for the 4th? I think I was either finishing up the video or like doing the last runs for my Tormented Zero video, or was preparing, like crunching the numbers. I actually didn't go out and look at any fireworks or whatever. I also took care of a couple things around the house as well, but yeah, I didn't go out, believe it or not. The stuff that I have to do for my YouTube channel. Oh, I'm almost through all of the whispers. Okay, no big deal. Yeah. Did you do anything for the 4th? As a red-blooded American? Oh. I thought that was a ravaged corpse. But it wasn't. It was a troll. It says we set up a beach volleyball day, had about 40 people show up, was a really good time. Damn, that does sound like a fantastic time. Beach volleyball. So you were chilling at the beach? Yeah, no, that sounds pretty awesome. No fireworks? You just did the traditional grilling, hamburgers and hot dogs? Ooh. Like I says, come next year, no fireworks. Was way too tired to walk up the hill to see them. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I would always get the fireworks to light ourselves. But yeah, seeing a professional show is just as good. But you know, if you're too tired to walk up the hill, then not much you can do there. Yo, Aries, welcome to the stream. Aha, same here. I stayed home. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I went to sleep at like, what is it? Like at 10 or maybe 10:30, and yeah, like there's just a lot of fireworks going off all over the area, and it was pretty annoying to get to sleep. But yeah. No fireworks for me this year. What's up, long time no see. Yeah, it has been a long time. How you been, good sir? Yeah, I'm just still doing the same thing, which is just farming. Mary says, no more D2. I was watching your videos last night and I started playing D4 again. Oh. You know, that's a compliment, right? My videos are enjoyable enough for you to start playing Diablo 4. So I really appreciate the support. As far as no D2, right? Yeah, I'm playing Diablo 4 right now. And I haven't touched Diablo 2 since Diablo 4 came out. So yeah. That's not to say that I'll never touch D2. I've said this before, right? I don't really have a plan on what games I want to play in the future. I just play whatever I find enjoyable in the moment. And right now, that's Diablo 4. So... Mary says, made a new ladder character. I'm trying a Necro for the first time. Minions are OP. Yes, they are. Yeah, not really great for speed farming, but yes, they are super strong. And minions, it's their time to shine. He says, I didn't know that. You haven't played D2 for about a year now, it seems. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. If I break down the subscribers that I have, I think it's probably, what is it? I would say probably like 60% of my subscribers now are D2 from my D2 videos, and yeah, 40% are from Diablo 4. But I'm really enjoying Diablo 4. So I mean I'm still making the same videos, and to be honest, farming for Diablo 4 items is, at this point, with the changes that they made to the loot and everything, it's very, very similar to Diablo 2 for sure. The only difference is that with Diablo 2, like I can like basically choose to farm anything, do 100 runs of that, and then make a video out of it and do the loot highlights. But for Diablo 4, I have to farm like materials to summon the boss, and then make a video out of that. Yeah. So that is, I guess, a slight difference, but for the most part, it's sort of the same to me. Yeah. So it's almost like as if I farmed all the materials to do Uber Tristram, and I'm doing like 3 or 4, or like a lot of Uber Tristrams, because that's essentially what's happening here. So right now I'm farming for duriel runs, and I have to farm like these summoning parts for Varshan, and then summoning parts for Grigor. And then I take those materials that drop from Varshan and Grigor, and then I use it to summon duriel. Very similar to Diablo 2, where you're doing that for Uber Tristram, so you have to farm the keys first, and then you farm the little organs, and then you use organs to do Uber Tristram for the Hellfire Torch. So it's very similar in that sense, except I never made 100 Uber Tristram runs just to ID all the Hellfire Torches. But that's kind of what I'm doing here, I guess. Except it's a lot faster to do a Duro run than it is to do an Uber Trist. But yeah. And actually, like when I was making a lot of D2 videos, like a lot of my videos were getting a lot of dislikes because it was Diablo 4 rather than Diablo 2. So I had to work through that a little bit, but it's all good now. He says, I was watching your 200 Uber runs last night. Yeah, I think it's a different concept now, but I kind of dig it. It feels different. They wanted something new and fun. I guess it all depends on your preference. Yeah, I would say like it's the excitement of items is a very, very much a different concept, or rather a different flavor. So right now, it's only, I guess, like a handful of items that are exciting. And for yeah, and so for for Diablo 4, the handful of exciting items are like the mythic uniques, and then also the greater affix system, which is pretty cool. I like that a lot. Versus like in Diablo 2, I mean, I guess it's still an exciting handful of items. But like it's different because you're not really looking for uber uniques, or sorry, greater affixes. The greater affixes would be like just the highest rolls on stuff. So if I were to draw that comparison, that's how I would do that. Yeah, it's a little bit different, but it's I mean, to me it feels very much the same, especially when making the videos. He says, "Play a hater, man. Should only be likes no matter what you content create. I just like watching your videos and hearing you talk, to be honest." Oh yeah. Yeah, I've heard a couple other things, but yeah, like I've had a couple of comments saying, "Oh my god, your voice is so annoying," blah blah blah. But that's because I was going like, no, like every other drop. And so that was very interesting to hear. I mean, They actually don't really tell me why. They're just like, oh my god, your voice is so annoying.
I need time
But
to do that.
you know, it is what it is. I can't change my voice. So I just read it, let it sit there as a drive-by comment, and then move on. He says, that's what makes you unique, WTF? Oh, sure, 100%. But, I mean, this is legit the experience that I have reading the comments. I mean, I can tell you, like, it doesn't really bother me, so don't feel bad for me. I'm just like, oh, it's a drive-by comment, okay, and then I'll move on. Yeah, like, I mean, even on my what is it? My Diablo 2 videos, right? People were saying, "Oh my god, it's not Shaco, it's Shaco." Right? So like, yeah, people have been making fun of the way I pronounce things the whole time I've been on YouTube. So yeah, I just take those as drive-by comments and move on. And he says, I think the opposite and what they think. You make me laugh when you say, is it a shackle or is it an Uber? Yeah. No, I've gotten a lot of those comments too, right? It's like, oh, and actually, like when I stream, that's the most common phrase that I hear, or in the chat. They're like, is it an Uber? No. And yeah, I mean, I think that's super hilarious.
It is done.
Aries says, is this ladder? I can't tell. The answer is yes. This is on the ladder. The only way you can tell is that I have these mine cages. Oh yeah, there's actually no easy way to tell aside from looking at the map and seeing if there's the flower signs to say, oh, is this a ladder guy or not. Number 6 says, yes, Shaka with greater affix on cooldown. Damn. Yo, congratulations. I have still yet to find a greater affix Shaco. Right, all that drops for me are Terial Mites. Regular and Duriel. Damn. That's crazy. Wait, I don't actually need a few of these cages. Oh my god. This is a dungeon that doesn't have any objectives. And I'm messing it up because I'm just exploring the whole thing rather than just choosing the right path, I guess. No, and I'm just like, congratulations, man. That's a crazy drop. Jesus. And he says, I miss finding SLJs. Whoa, hold on. Alright. I don't find SLJs on the regular. Yeah, so I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I was looking for SOJs, but I never found one. Namaste says, your stream brings me luck. Oh, man. I mean, that's crazy. Okay. It says, haha, I only found one. Yeah, actually, I did find an SLJ in D2R. I actually don't think I've ever found an SLJ prior to D2R release. In the original game, I don't think I've ever found an SLJ. I might have found one, maybe, though I don't remember it. And when I found the SLJ on ladder, or sorry, in D2R, I didn't even record me identifying it. I was just testing something else out. I did one quick Pendle, a unique ring drop, and I'm like, oh, there's no way this is gonna be an SLJ. I'll just identify it. And then it turned out to be an SLJ, and I'm like, oh my god. I do not have footage of me finding an SLJ. That's so unfortunate. You know, it is what it is. He says, on Xbox console, you get an achievement for finding an SLJ? What? Oh. I guess I didn't realize that they had achievements on the Xbox. I mean, that sort of makes sense. Ah, these grotesque debtors. Reparts. Yeah, you have cross progression, which is pretty cool with Diablo 2. But I mean, Diablo 4 has crossplay. I've grouped with a lot of people that were on the console, and I think that's pretty cool. So I've had a couple of chatters come in and are like, playing on the Xbox and playing on controller is so hard. Blizzard needs to fix it. They're neglecting us console players. And I'm like, I don't know what you want me to say. And he says, what's your honest opinion about Deep Force so far? I think that Diablo 4 on release was it wasn't in a good state on release, and Diablo 2 was like a much better game. But that's like, it's kind of hard to compare, right? Because Diablo 2 had like a decade of work put into it to get it to where it is today. And that is with all the feedback that's come from, you know, having it released and having people talk about it and all of that stuff. So I kind of said that, like, Diablo 4 on release really felt like Diablo 2 on release, and this was like prior to the expansion. So when, I don't know if you ever played Diablo 2 Classic on Battle.net, but it really felt like Diablo 4 and Diablo 2 Classic were very, very much similar games, where you just pick up rares, you identify rares, and that's all you traded were rares. Because that's literally what you did in Diablo 2 Classic, right? There was no Shaco, there was no rune words, there was no ethereal items, there was no war travelers, there was like none of that. The only unique item that was worth mentioning in Diablo 2 Classic was the SLJ and Silks of the Victor, right? The item that gave you +1 to all skills on a body armor. Those were the only two uniques talking about. Everything else was kind of trash. And Diablo 4 is kind of the same way, right? On release, there were the Uber uniques, which you couldn't really find, so like you don't really consider those. But you know, I had the Shaco and all that, but like you just didn't find it. But then there was also just a handful of uniques that were worth considering. One of those being the Tempest Roar for Diablo for the Druid, Ring of Mendeln for the Necro, Raiment of the Infinite for Sorceress, and like a couple others. But the item diversity simply was not there in Diablo 4. So that's why I compared it to Diablo 2 Classic.
I'm not ready yet.
And I kind of made the determination, it's like, okay, you know, even if Blizzard had another year to bake this game, it still wouldn't have improved the game, because the direction like was kind of off. They made a lot of assumptions about what players wanted from the game, and they weren't fully on base with that. So they really needed the feedback from the public in order to get the game to where it is today. So with that, I kind of said, hey, like, Diablo 2 didn't get good. Like, all the stuff that I love about Diablo 2 wasn't introduced and until Lord of Destruction came out. So I said that for Diablo 4, it's going to take an expansion for it to get at least as good, or even have a chance to be as good as Diablo 2. So that's where we're at. So I'm like, hey, for Diablo 4, we're gonna need an expansion, because Diablo 2 took an expansion for it to be good. Like, the foundations were all there, right? And the foundation for Diablo 4 is all here as well. But it's gonna take an expansion, because, like, yeah, we need more item diversity and all that stuff for Blizzard to put all of that in. Now, the thing with Diablo 4 though is it's a bit different, because they're continuously improving the game. They have the season patches and all the season implementations and stuff. And season 4 is Loot Reborn, and that's kind of brought Diablo 4 into a much better place than it was on release. So as of right now for season 4, I think it's just as good as Diablo 2 when it comes to the item hunt. The item hunt is a little bit different. I kind of do miss just doing whatever I want, right? Like, in Diablo 2, I can do like a chaos runs if I wanted to, or Bale runs if I wanted to, or cows, or Mephisto runs, or like whatever. There's a little bit less choice in Diablo 4, mainly because you're limited to essentially the boss ladder. I can't do 100 nightmare dungeons and expect to get any sort of decent loot. I can only really expect that to get to do it from the boss ladder. So that's like the Duriels, the Tormented Zeers, the Varshans, the Grigors, and all that.
That exceeds my funds.
So that is kind of something that's a bit of a difference, and it does slow down kind of the gameplay a little bit, but honestly I think it's on the same level as Diablo 2 at this point. And then the greater affix system is really good. It provides a reason for you to find the next item. So like when season 2 came out, once you found the shackle, like that was it. You can't trade it, and there was no real reason to find another one except for giving it to your alt, and that felt really bad. But with the greater affix system, there's a reason to find shackles over and over and over again. Like in D2, the reason why you found a shackle over and over and over is because you could trade it away. But with Diablo 2, like you'd want to find it over and over because you would have a chance for it to drop within a greater affix. And that is really, really healthy for the game. They really increase the longevity of that. So I think that's really good. For sure. So that's essentially my opinion on Diablo 4 right now. Is Diablo 4 Season 4 and D2 LOD, it's on the same level for me right now. The biggest difference with Diablo 4 and Diablo 2 is that it's clear that all the effort is going into Diablo 4, and there's nothing, you can't really expect anything new to come from Diablo or from the Blizzard team for Diablo 2. So Blizzard still has a chance to screw things up and make the game worse, but they also have the opportunity to make the game better as well, with whatever changes that they decide to implement. And it just kind of depends on how, like, if you trust the Diablo team to make the good decisions or not. Yeah. Like, I never really thought that Diablo 4 would be a repeat of Diablo 3, where, like, yeah, Reaper of Souls came in and then it dropped that big patch, and then that was kind of it. Because, like, you just kind of know, like, when Diablo 3 was going around, there was a lot of turmoil, and the developers effectively abandoned Diablo 3 and all the development for that. So that's kind of why it was just there, and you know, the policy of no nerfs and new set item here and there. Diablo 3 just never had a chance to become good because the developers abandoned the game. But for me, Diablo 4 has a chance to become the greatest Diablo there is. And it's definitely trending in the right direction for sure. They've listened to all the feedback, and they've essentially, the old Blizzard was an arrogant Blizzard and they didn't listen to anybody. But this Blizzard, like that type of arrogance is not there. Like, the feedback, they've heard it and they've acknowledged it loud and clear, and they're going to be introducing the changes with feedback in mind 100%. So yeah, is Diablo 4 gonna be like Destiny 2, where all the changes that they implemented over time is just going to be worse and worse and worse, according to the community that I've kind of read about for Destiny 2? I mean, I guess it's possible, but we can only wait and see. Yeah. Like, one of the things that I'm not really a fan of for Vessel of Hatred, the Diablo 4 expansion, is like the forced co-op play. I'm not really a fan of that idea. I don't really even know what they can say for me to change my opinion on whether or not group play is good. Okay, I'm done with this helltide. Yeah, because like all of that just sounds super MMO like, and I'm just like, I'm not down to play an MMO when I decide to play a Diablo game. What's happening?
Come back and see.
But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to keep an open mind, but like I said, I have no idea what they can say to convince me otherwise. Let's go that way. Yeah, because like I know that Destiny 2 is like a loot farming game, but it's a different kind, because Destiny 2 is not an MMO, but it does have like instance dungeons and raids and all of that stuff. But like I don't think you farm in Destiny 2 like you do in Diablo. Yeah, like cuz to me when I pick up a Diablo game, in my mind it's all about farming and items, right? Like you farm and you get the items. And as soon as they introduce like raid lockouts and daily dungeons and stuff like that, that I think is where I would like cross the line to say like, no, this is too much like an MMO and they need to change direction. But yeah, that was kind of a long ramble. So I don't know if I answered your question about whether that's like if it's clear what my opinion is of Diablo 4. But yeah, so I guess to put it in a nutshell, Season 4 Diablo is on par with Diablo 2 as it is right now. And Diablo 4 is still in its development cycle as a live service game, and Blizzard has the opportunity to turn this Diablo into the best Diablo for sure. But I mean, they have to make the right choices, and I'm here for that ride. He says, sounds like you like it. Yeah, I think it's a good game. Seasons 1, 2, and 3, it was not as good, right? But it was new, and that's why I kept playing it. Just to I guess you could say try it out, or just kind of develop the habits and play the game. But yeah, like I mean, there's always something that I wanted to do in Diablo 4, more so than stuff that I want to do in Diablo 2, right? Like I don't think there's anything I want to do in Diablo 2. In Diablo 2, like it's a pretty stable game. Like there's not a lot of changes. So a lot of the stuff that I was doing, like, oh, who can do cows faster, Sorceress or Javazon, right? Like those kind of videos make sense because it's a stable game. There's not a lot of balance changes, so a lot of the data that I've gathered for that game, you can sort of say still is somewhat valid even today, right? And so like the only things that I would want to do in that game are like what, finish up my testing, I guess you could say, of like all the other different classes, or do the new classes or the new builds. So like the Mosaic Assassin, I still haven't tried farming with that guy and gathering the data all over the place for that. Or do like the more expensive builds like the Tesla Den, right? Like how efficient is Tesla Den when it comes to farming chaos or cows or whatever. So Ari says, I like the game. I like where the game stands right now. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, the boss ladder is something that's a little bit different, but hey, like I can keep farming away and farming on the new season, doing the new choosing a new class. Like, one thing I really like about Diablo 4 that I really don't like about Diablo 2 is the fact that whenever a new ladder season starts, you're basically pigeonholed into picking paladin or sorceress, right? And even when you do paladin, like, you're just relegated to farming chaos and chaos until you farm enough wealth to get an enigma, right? Or you choose sorceress and you're relegated to farming whatever to get an enigma, and then you can choose a class that you really want to play, right? Versus Diablo 4, it's a lot more balanced out. You can just basically choose whatever class you want, and you're not as handicapped as you are in Diablo 2. Like, that's one of the things I really didn't like about Diablo 2 at all. Like, there's one time in Diablo 2 where the new ladder season started, and I didn't even decide. Like, I decided not even to participate in it just because I would have to start over. And there were some runs that I wanted to do on other characters that I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick to non-ladder, stick to my items, and continue collecting the data for my runs, because I already have the wealth to equip my guys with the items that I want to farm with, like a Hammerdin or an Assassin or a Javazon or whatever. Like, yeah, I legit skipped out on a season because I had to start over, and I couldn't just start straight up with a Javazon. So I'm like, I'm skipping it instead. And like that, like, having a design like that is, I think, super duper bad. It's really trash.
It is done.
Yeah, like yeah, that kind of gameplay is super trash. So yeah, like yeah, I actually look forward to the next season because I haven't not made a barbarian to check out the season 4 changes with the season 4 changes. So I'm just gonna make a barbarian in season 5 and just enjoy it, right? Rather than being forced to make another sorceress, so that way I can make a barbarian next season. Yeah. Aries asks, did you try every class in Diablo 4? So technically, yes, I have a level 100 of every class in Diablo 4. But the game, or rather the changes that they introduced, shake up the balance a lot. So so like, to say that my season, like, because I have I played barbarian extensively in season 3, the last season, but to say that that build is anywhere similar to barbarians in season 4, it's not the same. Because, like, one of the main items that you used on the barbarian for season 3 was the Banished Lord's Talisman, which had overpowers do like what, like something like 120% extra damage or something. And they nerfed that, so the build that I had for Hammer of the Ancients just doesn't apply anymore. So it's like, okay, I'll be playing a completely different barb build that's the top of the meta in season 5 that just did not exist in season 3. So if I even try to play my season 3 build right now, it just wouldn't be a thing, you know? So yes, I have every class in Diablo 4, but I like there's still a reason to roll like even the same class because the builds are just that different. Yeah, unlike Diablo 2, right, where you would play a sorceress and it's like, okay, yeah, you're just teleporting around. Yes, there are a couple different builds, but it's not like that different. Oh no, it's an event. Yeah, so yeah, I want to play a barbarian next season, and that's gonna be in a few weeks, I think. When season 5 starts. When does season 5 start? I don't remember. So are you excited about the new class? I don't know much about them. Don't know much about the Spiritborn either. So yeah, I mean, typically I'm not really one to like jump on new classes. So even when this was the case in World of Warcraft or Diablo 3, when like I just it's just kind of there, and if I'll pick it up, I'll pick it up. So yeah, or like even in Lost Ark, when they introduced new classes like every couple months or every like couple weeks, I just was like, you know, I'm just gonna stick to my class, and yeah. So yeah, so like from my opinion, as far as the Spiritborn goes, the Spiritborn to me is the equivalent of like the Witch Doctor, or rather, okay, so if you go back in time, prior to Diablo 3 being released, you had Diablo 2 and you had the Necromancer. Right, and the Necromancer was like the weird spellcaster guy that did like unholy magics or like non-traditional magics. And so when D3 came out, they introduced the Witch Doctor, which was supposed to fulfill that role of the caster that used unconventional magic. So the Diablo, so yeah, so like the Witch Doctor was kind of supposed to fulfill that role of like the player that likes the Necromancer from Diablo 2. Right, except it's all like jungle and stuff. The Spiritborn to me is the same as, is like supposed to be the equivalent to the monk from Diablo 3, but to the Spiritborn in Diablo 4, in the same way that the Necromancer relates to the Witch Doctor. So the Necromancer from Diablo 2 relates to the Witch Doctor in Diablo 3. It fulfills that kind of monk role, but with a jungle theme to it, if that makes sense. And that's based on like the very little information that we have. So we'll just have to see what the reveal tells us. I could be completely wrong, but that's the vibes. Those are the vibes that it gives me. Aries asks, do you ever PvP? In Diablo? No, I have never PvP'd in Diablo. As like part of my interest. But in World of Warcraft, I PvP'd. I did a lot of PvP in Burning Crusade when I was doing that mainly. Yeah. Actually, I PvP'd so much that I actually got Gladiator in Season 3 for World of Warcraft. I also did all of, like, a lot of raiding and stuff too, so I did like everything in or I did a lot in World of Warcraft. But Diablo, no, I don't do any PvP. I mean, like earlier in my stream, right? I'm trying to kill the abomination and then turn in the blood shards, and I keep dying. Like, cause yeah, like my guy is not built for PvP. It's built for speed farming.
I need more time. I need more time.
Yeah. All right, let's see here.
I need time to do that.
All right, I need to kill 15 ghosts. 5 more ghosts, and here they are. Boom.
I need time to prepare that.
Aries asks, are you excited about the mercenaries next season? I mean, not in particular. I mean, like they're cool, right? When I say cool, I'm like, okay, yeah. Diablo 2 had mercenaries, and it's like a part of the build, and so that's cool, right? But like, if they didn't have mercenaries as a feature, I would not be upset. You know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, like the thing that I'm most excited about for Vessel of Hatred is just the Blizzard having an opportunity to introduce things that made Diablo 2 really, really cool, right? Because Diablo 4 and Diablo 2 Classic are very, very similar. And it's not something that Blizzard can really advertise to sell Vessel of Hatred. So that, like, this is kind of like a sleeper thing that I know that they're gonna do a little bit. It just kind of depends on how well they're gonna do it. And it's all about the items, right? They have this real opportunity to add a whole bunch of cool new items in the game to make farming like that much more interesting. So yeah, if they introduce like a whole bunch of uniques and they introduce a whole bunch of cool legendary powers, like that'll make the game for me. Yeah. So yeah, but like, you know, you can't really advertise like a whole bunch of new items in the game. Like that would not sell many copies. But you know that they're gonna do that. The Skulls playlist, welcome to the stream. Is there new Shaco coming? I mean, maybe.
I need time.
Yeah, and I mean, like in the last developer live stream, they've kind of said that what they're aiming for as far as player equipment would be that they would want players to wear 2 to 4 unique items, and that's kind of like their goal. And I think that's a really good balance, because that was very similar to, I guess, like the item balance in Diablo 2, where you had like 2 unique items, and then like the others were like rune words. And I think that would be a good mix for Diablo 4 as well. They said that right now players are using about 0 to 2 unique items, so they want us to use more unique items, which I think is a really good thing. Phil says, so I guess do more wolf and get 2 more sparks. I'm not doing iron wolves, but if you want sparks, a reliable way of getting it is doing the iron wolf stuff. That is for sure. Alright, what's in my thing here? Oh yeah. Well, says, yeah, I went through a lot of duriel and other places, didn't hardly anything too low of a drop rate. Oh, I mean, that is unfortunate, but you know, at the same time, like, it is a Diablo game. I just farm stuff over and over and over, so a low drop rate doesn't deter me. And I personally think that not everything should be easy to get. So that's my 2 cents. Yo, Gregorio! Welcome to the stream. What do you think about the balance of classes? So to me, I like in an ARPG, I don't think that class balance is really that important. I mean, class balance was never really factored when playing Diablo 2, and a lot of people really love Diablo 2. And like, I know I just went on like a 15-minute rant about how I skipped some seasons because of how like Sorceress is just super overpowered because of the teleport and everything, and you either, when you start a new season, you have to play Sorceress or Paladin, and I think that's really bad for the game. Which, I mean, I still think it is, but that's like a super extreme version of like not caring about class balance. Yeah, I think that they should really introduce like more items and all of that, and make the gameplay itself good, rather than worry about class balance. Just because there's no real PvP in this game, so balance isn't really necessary. If you're not playing a strong build, you can easily just make another character and go with that. So that's that. Yo, Boo and Baby, welcome to the stream. Anywhere we can see the build, you can check out this guy right there. That's a build planner for the build that I'm using. It's not my build, but it is really strong, so enjoy that build. It's the Frozen Orb build. There's a couple of variants. And I'm using the speedrunner one, so just keep that in mind. I'm just gonna do this here. I'm gonna do the 3 points, and then I'll do the Forgotten Depths. Yeah. So, yeah, so Gregorio, I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah, the class balance, I just think it's a really, really low priority issue. If they can do everything else to make the game more interesting and do class balance, then that's fine. But if they have to drop some stuff, then class balance, like worrying about class balance would probably be one of the first things. Like, I do agree with them when they like removed bugged interactions and allow like the druids to do trillions and trillions of damage just because of something that's not intended. I think that's really important to get straight. So those changes I agree. But other than that, I don't think it's really that important. Zoe Nottingham, welcome to the stream. Hello. Gregory asks, do you think the Chain Lightning Sork would be S tier? You're talking about with the new unique pants, the axial conduits? If that's what you're thinking, then I would say no. I tried it on the PTR, and it's okay. It's not great though. So I would not bank on it being S tier unless they have. Unless they implement changes to that item based on feedback from the PTR, I would not think that Sorceress would be S tier. Like they've actually done a lot of nerfs to Sorceress. One being the permanent flame shield, which was kind of expected. But then also the ice armor changes. So that even though sorceresses are already squishy as is, they have less survivability now. And so I don't know if like they know changes are coming because of Vessel of Hatred, that they thought those nerfs were necessary. It kind of seems like that's the case, where like in season 1 they nerfed everything knowing that like a lot of buffs are coming later. It seems like they're making changes to prepare for season, or for Vessel of Hatred, and that like there's not a full context for that.
I need time.
Yeah.
I need time.
Return the mechanical box. Oh, I'm not doing that. No events for me. Thank you.
I need time.
Yeah, so yeah, I would not, don't count on the Chain Lightning Sorceress to be S tier. Yeah. Boon Baby says, thanks. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, that Sorceress build is the best, one of the best ones in the business. So, yeah. Alright, yo. Once I turn this in,
It is done.
Gonna call it a stream. Alright, so nothing here. Did I even find anything? I did not. Huh. Alright, I'm gonna call it a stream, guys. Thanks for chilling. Be safe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.